And we're back of the North American Arena Day 1 with the last series of the day, God versus Revenge. Who's going to take the series? We're about to find out. Game 1 lobby is up. All the players have just entered. They're readying up. Hopefully this will start very shortly. I'm Fatal Uno, joined by Sean DeCon. Last series of the day, Sean. What are we expecting here?
It's hard to say. I don't know, but definitely seeing some picks like with the new patch. Aiden definitely coming out on top. I think for the ADCs. Apollo making a huge presence in these games. I think he's a top pick as well. I think Ares, even though he got nerfed, I think he's still definitely a top pick. And as long as Esrath, we've seen him do some work in these past games, but he does get banned out in this draft as well as Cow and Ares.
Yeah, I agree. Ares and Apollo have definitely been two of the best bruisers or frontliners so far for these teams in this tournament. But Esrath does get banned, and we see how strong he is in that solo lane in the last game, just doing so much work, getting solo kills onto that Una, pushing in, split pushing, doing a whole bunch of work and damage. So really like to see that Esrath banned and Zhao Yun banned for the first time in this tournament. Maybe Revenge knows something we don't know from God.
Yeah, it might be just like a respect ban. I'm not too sure. I think this is the first Young ban we've ever seen, and it looks like Aiden gonna get banned out.
So I
Pretty
expect,
standard here.
yeah, I expect them to possibly pick up an Una here. If they were gonna ban out the Aiden, I feel like Una is probably one of the better first picks, or even an Apollo.
Poseidon maybe even
Oh
too.
yeah, Poseidon. Yeah, those are definitely three picks that I would like to see God go for, cause definitely very strong top tier picks out of those three, and they're trying to look for someone to ban, and they do ban the Electros. And
I
you're
think
right,
that's smart.
Poseidon does get picked up here by God, and it
I
makes
think
sense they pick up a God in Poseidon.
I think it makes sense to ban out Electro, so it leaves them with more options now that they have two picks. So now that the Poseidon's out of the pool, they have Una and they decide to go for Crystal and Wolfram. That's pretty interesting. Although Una and I think Apollo were up, so
Yeah, and Paulo does get
pretty
picked up
interesting pick.
as well as Vince, so they do pick up the Vince as well. I'm really liking God's lineup so far. Apollo, another Greek god. So looks like they're just picking up the gods right now, you know? On the
Yeah,
side
gonna show
of
us how to play some gods.
yeah, on the side of Revenge, Wolfram and Crystal were their two picks, and they are gonna pick up Lotus, who's a hero I absolutely love, and we haven't seen anyone pick it here in NA so far. So it is gonna be the first time they get picked, and Minos gets picked up. Very strange. He did get a bit of a, I think he got a buff. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got a buff. Either a buff or a nerf to his range of a spell. I can't remember. There's so many buffs and nerfs. I don't remember what Minos's was. Gonna take a quick look here,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it looks like Lu Bu does get picked up. Or no, he's selecting now he gets picked up as well as the
Oh, it's a
Cleopatra.
buff.
So definitely liking God's lineup a
Yeah, and that
lot right now.
is a buff on Minos. It is increased range on his pull, so that's
Oh,
definitely
that's pretty interesting.
yeah, it's
I
definitely.
wonder if he can chain that with the Lotus ult, just like to keep everybody in the AoE instead of having them scatter out of it. That way
So
they
we
do
are
land the
gonna get
stun from the Lotus.
into this game one. Looking at the team comps, whose team comp are you favoring? I feel like you would go in the favor of God. They'll have a lot of CC and lots of damage as well from Vince and Cleopatra.
Yeah, God's lineup does look really strong. RVG though, I feel like they could if they play their team comp in a certain way, if they really chain their abilities together, I feel like they can actually do something in this game. I can see what they're trying to do. They have the Lotus for engage or disengage, and they can follow their AOE pull with
Welcome
Crystal or
to
Solus. So
Heroes
I think it works
Evolved.
out really well.
Troops
They'll probably use
deploy
the
in
Wolfram to
5
just split push around the
seconds.
map.
Troops have
Yeah, I agree.
deployed.
They definitely are gonna have to do some crazy teamwork here on their lineup because their lineup is very squishy and they're gonna need to follow up very hard on this Lotus and Wolfram when they do go in, as well as the Minos if you can get a pull onto them. But going into this game so far, Revenge and God actually just doing some normal stuff. They do go aggressive and steal some of the jungle from Revenge, which is good, and trying to go onto this Wolfram. He does actually just run away. And they have 4 in this bottom lane already. Looks like they're doing some strategy that they did in South America. One of them is TPing, where they pushed 4 or 5 in the same lane. Cleopatra does clear out mid and starts heading into her jungle, starting to take jungle camps. So I really like this coming out from Team God.
Yeah, they kind of just invaded that wolf camp real quick and secured it as 3 or 4, and now they're going to TP out and just defend the lane so that the towers don't take any damage. So it's pretty well played.
Yeah, I agree, Zeus. And they're going to go in here. Apollo does throw his spear at them, but actually just lands only onto the Lotus and not able to actually jump because there's no level 4 yet. Cleo taking a lot of damage and poke here from the Crystal, but not able to actually do a crazy amount of damage. He is able to heal that up. Vince has a speed buff, just pushing out this bottom lane. Adam pushing out this top lane, pretty natural. Trying to look for a gank here in the mid lane, not able to find anything from Poseidon, and Wolfram just farming his camps in the jungle as Minos rotates to the bottom lane.
Yeah, liking this rotation from Poseidon, just doing a little bit of poke on the mid lane and really helping his mid laner farm a little bit better, because he knows Vince is pretty well safe in the bot lane.
Yeah, and Solus is TP'd in the bottom lane to try to put some pressure onto this Vince. I think him and Lotus both went to this bottom lane. They're trying to contest the Vince a little more than they originally had. And they're actually going to jump into the top lane. Good stun onto the Wolfram. Good counter stun by Minos onto 2. Does get a nice stun onto both of them once again, and nothing comes out of it. Wolfram does drop low, but not able to actually finish off a kill there. So 1k gold lead in the favor of God, and it's just those rotations and the amount of jungling they've been doing that's getting them ahead.
Yeah, you can see Cleo, she just usually clears her wave and she'll instantly go to her jungle, clear a camp, and then go back to mid, which is what I think a lot of mid laners need to start doing. It really allows you to get that gold advantage.
Yeah, and they are going to try to go on this bottom lane, but not able to really do much. Good poke there onto Zeus though, and Zeus is going to have to drop there on Poseidon. 4 does have the speed buff, possibly trying to look for a gank here on the top lane. Just helping Helio push out.
Yeah, and they did ping that dragon, so maybe Gods might look to start it here, or maybe even just bait it.
Yeah, it looks like there's no wards on the side. The ward vision hasn't been so not crazy prioritized in North America as we've seen. These wards are just not on top of the dragon. Blue does get a ward down on the side of God, so they do have vision control of this dragon right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think NA is definitely lacking in the vision game, and it looks like Gods there are just going to go ahead and start Dragon. They're going to pretty much get this uncontestedly.
Yeah, Revenge has no idea it's happening because of the lack of wards, and fairly easily able to take that Dragon on the side of God, and I feel like Revenge should have known, as people were missing from lanes for quite a while, so we're just lacking a little bit of
game sense.
Yeah. So far, so good though. Still 0-0. First blood still has not happened yet. Wolfram pushing out this mid lane. Poseidon seeing if he can get a gank onto there, but not able to.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer than most games today. Both teams starting off really slow. No deaths so far. Usually 4 minutes in the game, we've seen 10k goal leads and 10 kills. So definitely a slower start to the series. Both teams definitely know how to play their comps, and it looks like they might go in on mid lane here.
Yeah, nothing's able to come out of it. Poseidon just uses his escape to get away, and they actually are grouping as 5 mid here on the side of God. We see this Solus split pushing the bottom lane, but a fight might happen. It looks like they're gonna try to go gank the Solus. I like this play coming out from God, but TPs are coming in. Good TPs there for Crystal to defend the Solus, and I thought maybe they're gonna dive 5-man onto him, but
they saw that ward there. They have that ward in the river, so they were able to spot it. And it looks like Cleo's, he's gonna initiate right onto Lotus, but Lotus dropping the big ult, follow up with Crystal, and there's the Poseidon. Apollo gonna drive in the back line, doing so much damage. Everybody's dying here. Apollo, he's gonna continue to dive. He just popped his shield. He's okay for now. Poseidon in a lot of trouble. Wolfram gonna continue to chase. Poseidon goes underground though. Minos looking for the pull. He can't find it, and he's gonna die. That's a 3-for-1.
Yeah, good team fight there from GoD and Poseidon. I need a huge 3-man ult off of that Lotus ultimate and allowing them to actually secure those kills with the Cleopatra damage as well as Apollo. Good play there from GoD, taking the lead now just a little further. 8,000 gold now in their lead. Slowly but surely just taking these gold leads. No towers down yet either. Take a look at these items, and if you look at it, Cleopatra actually does go for extra speed on her boots. They're able to move them around the map a lot quicker and move a lot in the on the fights, having that mobility. And
Yeah, I really like her item build. She has the movement speed boost. She started off with Crown, so that's going to build up over time. And now she's moving into the Frozen Scepter, so that's gonna be huge coming into mid game.
Yeah, definitely very good build there from him. And Zeus just putting some pressure on this top lane. Doing a great job beside him. He is basically, I mean, considered the support here, getting the least farm and being the rotator on the map. But he's doing a great job so far, just putting pressure constantly across the map.
7K gold difference here, 6 minutes in, not too drastic. RVG are definitely not out of this. Amino's barely just missing the pull there.
Oh yeah, that's right. When we were talking about vision, by the way, they did have in the patch notes that the wards were minimized, and you have to buy, or you can only get like 1 ward or 2 wards.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that in the patch notes.
Yeah, that could definitely explain why the other tournaments were more vision
people
heavy.
were spamming wards, and it makes sense because I was gonna say seemed like there's been a lot less vision control and stuff like that. But you guys people are correct. So I think someone let me know in chat, and I actually knew that. It just didn't cross my mind when I was thinking about a good pull here from Minos as well. But yeah, it didn't cross my mind when I was thinking about it. Just as one of those patches at the bottom, it was at the bottom of the patch notes. But back into this game, Helio and Ross seem to be pushing this mid tower and chunking it completely. Wolfram looks like he wants to dive in here, not actually going to. They are S5, good tower there from Minos. They're gonna find out this Minos. They do get the stun to Minos. Minos does drop. Lotus might have to use Raj. Wasn't able to use Raj because Poseidon. Wolfram does jump back in. He is by himself. So is Gaikan, and Gaikan does drop 2 on Crystal. So that's 3 going in the favor of GoD. Sola split pushing this top lane actually does get a tower there, but I don't know if that's a good trade there on the side of Art Revenge.
Definitely not. That's a bit of a disaster. Losing 3 with a tower. It's definitely not that good of a trade. Now they're gonna move into the Zakar bit and getting this buff at 9 minutes as well. They should still have this buff when the 9-minute count comes in, so they will have mega creeps on top of that. So not looking too hot for RVG right now.
Definitely, and RVG is gonna need to do something here to try to get some kills. Very defensive lineup, I feel like. Lots of counter initiators, but they don't really have any crazy initiator. Yeah, they have the Minos pull, but he needs to be fairly close and able to actually pull someone in, and he doesn't have someone to stun. Excuse me, I just hiccuped. Someone to stun for him to pull very easily, so not the best pickup comp from Team Revenge here.
Poseidon actually steals the attack buff.
Yeah, they do get the dragon as well on the side of GoD, so this game just slowly moving away.
Yeah, they're just starting to snowball here. Soon it's going to get pretty out of control unless RVG can take a good team fight here. And they are going to pull the Poseidon in there, and he is going to get blown up. Lotus drops the ult as well.
Good pick up. That's what Revenge needs. Yeah, exactly what Revenge needs. They do lose a tower, though, in their defense. But it's a good trade. It's something there. 45 mid one does get dropped, and he gets absolutely destroyed by the Cleo and Vince. The Cleo trying to go back on. Lotus does get popped as well. Minos dropping slowly but surely. Solis trying to kite as best as he can, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to kite. And that's a full 5-man wipe with no Poseidon there to help them. Very easy teammate there from GoD, and GoD looking like they want to go straight for high ground here on this aggressive way Vince is playing right now.
Yeah, they do have mega creeps on top of that, so this is going to be a base turret. They're melting that thing. They're going to be doing so much damage. I wonder if they're going to go for a game or if they're just going to go and rotate for the mid.
Looks like they might go for a game here. They are up in 4 seconds. This could be a throw here. And I wonder if they're going to be able to defend. Lotus is back up too, but this game might be over. They can't get to Vince in time. And they actually do take game 1. GoD takes game 1 over Revenge. Still another game to play, Sean. What does RVG need to do here in order to possibly take the game two back in their favor?
It's hard to say. I mean, God's just played so well, but RVG, I think they just put their wards in the wrong spots, in my opinion. They never knew when Gods were doing objectives and other things around the map. I just feel like they need to be a bit more proactive with their lineup and start, I don't know, placing better wards and just being overall more aware of what's happening on the map. I mean, Gods was, their whole lineup was MIA for like almost a whole minute. So you probably figure they're on Dragon, or you'd want to contest that, but just know like there was no reaction coming out of RBG, and I feel like they need to really step it up for this next game.
I feel like, yeah, a lot of these teams have been just playing very passive and very scared, which is never really a good thing in any MOBA, especially in this MOBA where you get such a huge gold increase lead so quickly that if you just do let the if you let the enemy team do whatever they want and they're always the aggressors, then you're never gonna get any gold lead. And we saw this in this game. RVG just let them have everything: free towers, a free dragon, never contested anything. The only time they went for a pick and they went aggressive, they actually got a kill onto the Poseidon, but it was one of their two kills. So definitely wasn't that well played by RVG, as they definitely got need some stuff to work on into this next game.
Yeah, their item builds were really good though. I felt like they knew how to play their heroes and what to build, and I feel like they did a really good job with that. But in terms of just being aware of things on the map, they just kind of were a little bit lackluster, and I think that's something they just need to improve in the second game, and they can really give Gods a good fight. So
Yep, and with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick 10 to 15-minute break as the lobby is going to be up during that time. So stick around, guys. We'll be back very shortly.